You know, we spent a lot of time and money investing into Gumball because, like you, it's like been our childhood dream. And so for this year, we spent $500,000 to have the DDE logo on the clothing, the DDE logo put on the livery, and everybody's like, why did Shmee take the livery off all 6 of his cars?
It went on a month ago, and obviously I'm not Team DDE. There's never been a team sticker on a car.
It was the Gumball 3000 Rally, an international playground for supercars, but amid the revving engines and champagne showers, a quiet feud was brewing on the starting grid. Tim Burton, better known as Shmee150, and the team from Daily Driven Exotics, DDE, rolled out in 2023 as 2 YouTube juggernauts on a collision course. Fans sensed the tension immediately. Shmee and DDE barely acknowledged each other on camera, and one glaring detail stood out. Shmee's car was missing a prominent DDE-sponsored decal that every other rally car wore. Was this a simple oversight, or the first public crack in a rivalry between the automotive world's most famous vloggers? The answer would spark one of the strangest automotive YouTube scandals to date, pitting decorum against drama on a 3,000-mile stage.
The video itself was very much positioned to start drama, edited, manipulated into the presentation style that would cause an ongoing dispute.
Welcome back to Tuna No Crust, the largest car TV show news on YouTube. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's roll. The player's Shmee150 represents the gentleman's approach to car YouTube. Methodical, drama-free, and focused on authenticity. Daily Driven Exotics embodies the opposite. Brash Canadian creators who turn everything into high-octane spectacle for their 4+ million subscribers. Despite moving in the same supercar circles, they'd rarely interacted beyond polite nods at events. Shmee's British Reserve clashed with DDE's North American showmanship. They weren't open rivals, but they certainly weren't friends. Each had their own lane, until Gumball 2023 forced these lanes together. The stage was set, 2 huge personalities, 1 rally. All it needed was a spark to ignite a conflict, and that spark came in the form of a few sticky decals and bruised egos on the streets of Europe. The lead up to the controversy hinted that something was off in the supercar YouTuber fraternity. In the months before the rally, Shmee150 and DDE had indirectly crossed paths in telling ways. For one, Shmee had an open falling out with fellow British YouTuber James Walker, former friend of his. James had been involved in a minor scandal where he allegedly tried to strong-arm a parts company into a sponsorship deal, which Shmee's manager publicly criticized. That soured the relationship notably. James Walker ended up chummy with DDE during Gumball. In DDE's videos leading up to the rally, James appears smiling alongside Damon, even boasting about his new car storage facility. To observers, it looked like factions were forming, Shmee on one side and a DDE Mr. JWW alliance on the other. Fans noticed the tension immediately. DDE and Mr. JWW are actively avoiding Shmee. Also, Shmee changes the camera angle whenever DDE comes in frame. One Reddit user observed, the contrast was stark. Shmee methodically documented cars and scenery while switching between 6 different vehicles, while DDE turned their Lamborghini Aventador SVJ into a mobile party. You would think there are 2 different Gumball drives going on, a forum poster noted. DDE, all fun and games and energy. Shmee, tagging along, doing his own thing. Behind the scenes, a crucial detail was about to throw fuel on this smoldering rivalry. Daily Driven Exotics had made a power move. They struck a deal to become a sponsor of the 2023 Gumball 3000 Rally, or so it seemed. Their DDE logo was slated to appear on every participant's car as part of the official rally decal pack. For Damon and his crew, this was a branding triumph. Imagine their channel's logo riding along on Bugattis, Ferraris, and yes, even on Shmee150's cherished machines. It was a bold and unconventional sponsorship flex, essentially paying to put your YouTube channel name on other YouTubers' cars. One commentator called it really obnoxious and said, "I'd have taken it off too if it were their car." In hindsight, that remark was prophetic, because Tim Burton apparently felt the same way. The controversy erupted as the rally kicked off in early June 2023. When Shmee150 unveiled his car's liveries, something was missing. Among the myriad stickers of official sponsors and numbers, there was no DDE logo on Shmee's vehicles. While other teams sported the daily driven exotics branding, Shmee's cars either left that spot blank or substituted his own Shmee150 logos in their place. It wasn't a fluke. Tim had deliberately removed the DDE decals from all of his cars, quietly but firmly opting out of advertising his YouTube rivals. DDE's daily vlogs showed their logo on dozens of supercars roaring through European cities. Except Shmee's cars were conspicuously logo-free. Online forums exploded. Is there beef? Why is Shmee the only one without the DDE sticker? Damon Fryer didn't stay quiet for long. Halfway through the rally, DDE dropped a provocatively titled video confronting Shmee150 for disrespecting DDE and Gumball livery. The thumbnail and title alone sent shockwaves. DDE was openly airing the drama. In the video filmed during the rally, Damon and Dave seek out Tim in person to address the missing logos. What was said on camera was a mix of awkward politeness and thinly veiled irritation. DDE expressed that they had invested heavily in Gumball, reportedly over $500,000 in sponsorship costs, and found it disrespectful that Shmee wouldn't carry the DDE banner. Tim, for his part, reportedly cited confusion or lack of clear communication about the decals, an explanation many found unconvincing given his rally experience. The on-camera encounter ended without fireworks. Publicly, both sides pretended it was all a misunderstanding, but the undertones were unmistakable. Damon's frustration bled through as he effectively accused Shmee of snubbing a sponsor, and by extension, snubbing DDE's attempt to break the mold as a YouTuber sponsor. Tim maintained a calm facade, but by not yielding or apologizing, he sent a message: "My car, my rules." For viewers, it was riveting. Normally, YouTubers avoid direct conflict, but here we had a high-profile spat playing out before our eyes on Europe's highways. In an effort to de-escalate the situation, or perhaps to control the narrative, DDE pinned a comment on their confrontation video declaring the beef settled. To be clear, there is no future drama. This issue ends here. We will collab together. It's just a miscommunication, DDE wrote to assure fans. They emphasized unity, creators working together for the audience, and for a brief moment, it looked like cooler heads might prevail. However, that truce was only decal deep. Even as DDE publicly said it was over, Shmee150 wasn't about to simply forgive and forget. Tim felt he had been ambushed and strong-armed, and he wasn't going to let DDE's narrative be the last word. The fallout from Stickergate, as some fans cheekily dubbed it, was immediate and far-reaching. First, there was the content itself. In Shmee150's next vlog after the DDE confrontation, titled "Valkyrie Steals the Show," comma viewers noticed a crafty bit of editing. During a scene when the daily driven exotics Lamborghini came into frame, Shmee abruptly cut the footage so that DDE's car was never fully shown. It was a blink and you miss it snip, but the message was loud and clear for those following the drama. When questioned by viewers about that cut, Shmee didn't shy away. With a touch of dry wit, he remarked, "I learned how to cut things out of videos from them." In other words, he accused DDE of manipulation in their own edits, and now he was turning the tables.
The video itself was very much positioned to start drama. It was edited, manipulated into the presentation style that would cause an ongoing dispute.
This was Shmee's subtle counterpunch, a way to say, I see how you play your game, and I can play it too. Meanwhile, fan reactions were exploding across YouTube comments, Reddit threads, and Instagram posts. Both camps mobilized. Some of Shmee's followers applauded him for standing up to what they saw as DDE's brash overreach. To them, forcing another creator to display your logo felt tacky, even predatory. Paying to put your YouTube channel on another's cars without any prior warning. I don't blame Tim for peeling it off. One commenter wrote in Shmee's defense, they saw Shmee as protecting the integrity of his own brand and not giving in to a bully tactic. On the other side, DDE's fans, and plenty of neutral rally goers, argued that Shmee150 was breaking the rules and acting arrogant. After all, the DDE decal was part of the official rally kit that year. By removing it, wasn't Shmee disrespecting the rally organizers as well? All the teams paid to have their names on the cars, so did DDE. Tim didn't want their name on his car because they're also YouTubers. Shame is lame for that. A critic scolded. To these observers, Shmee was being a poor sport, letting personal grudges interfere with what was supposed to be a fun, unifying event. Gumball, they argued, is about completing the challenge together, not snubbing one another. The comment sections on Shmee's videos became battlegrounds. Not that you could easily tell, Shmee's moderation team went into overdrive. Dozens of comments mentioning DDE began disappearing from his uploads. Viewers noted that any direct reference to the sticker incident would vanish, likely deleted to prevent further provocation. It's rare to see Tim's camp so heavy-handed with moderation, which in itself signaled how seriously he took this. He wanted the focus back on cars, not YouTube drama, at least on his channel. Over on DDE's side, the algorithmic impact was palpable. Their confrontation video racked up over 1 million views in short order, one of the fastest growing uploads on their channel. The spectacle of two beloved creators feuding was must-see content. During the rally, DDE's subscriber count swelled. As noted, they even hit the 4 million mark mid-rally, something Gumball's official page congratulated them for. Controversy, it seemed, was good for business. At least for DDE, Shmee150's viewership saw a bump too, although some noticed an influx of negative comments and dislikes from DDE loyalists who felt Shmee was in the wrong. The fan polarization had a tangible effect on engagement metrics for both channels. Both Shmee and DDE made hollow-sounding statements afterward. DDE pinned their comment promising collaboration and claiming miscommunication. Tim took a different approach, eventually acknowledging the beef directly. Of course I have beef with them, they've repeatedly lied to my face and their audience. I don't have respect for that. Strong words from someone typically mild-mannered, confirming this rift was very real. In fact, other prominent figures chimed in. Notoriously provocative YouTuber Whistlin' Diesel poked fun at the situation, implying it was ridiculous to start a war over a sticker. His satire underscored how absurd the feud looked from the outside. Two wealthy car guys fighting over logos during a luxury road rally. But absurd or not, it had people transfixed. Interestingly, amid all the finger-pointing, evidence of hypocrisy emerged that gave Shmee's side more ammunition. Fans pointed out that while DDE was preaching about rally sponsorship, DDE's own Lamborghini lacked the decal of Gumball's main charity sponsor, Movember. If true, that meant DDE had removed or never applied the Movember sticker, the rally's official charity partner, even as they blasted Shmee for removing the DDE logo. To those paying attention, this was a gotcha moment. DDE might have been guilty of the very disrespect they accused Shmee of. In one Reddit exchange, a user wrote, "DDE has shown a major level of hypocrisy. They made drama about the absence of the DDE logo on Shmee's cars while they had no Movember logo on the SVJ. DDE make numbers by drama." It was a bold claim, essentially accusing DDE of staging conflict for views and neglecting the true spirit of the rally's charity cause. By the end of Gumball 3000, the situation was only partially resolved on the surface, but fully aflame underneath. There was no big reconciliation video. Despite DDE's suggestion of a future collab, nothing materialized in the following months. If anything, each returned to their home turf more convinced of their stance. Shmee felt vindicated that DDE's drama was empty and ego-driven. DDE felt like Shmee had shown his true colors by not being a team player. The comment from Shmee that stuck in everyone's mind was his parting shot about DDE's content. Someone who is very well known for encouraging false drama and fake stories. In Tim's eyes, DDE lived by the motto, "All publicity is good publicity," even if it meant fabricating feuds, and he was not going to be a pawn in that game. This clash exposed a fundamental divide in car YouTube's ethos. Shmee150 represents the old guard, credibility through years of professional content, manufacturer relationships, and drama-free authenticity. DDE embodies the new wave, reality TV spectacle where manufactured drama isn't shameful, it's showmanship. The ego clash was inevitable. Shmee, despite being Mr. Nice Guy, has pride tied to pioneering the genre. DDE brought a Hollywood producer mindset into his gentleman's club. The rally became a stage for brand supremacy. Who was the real king of car YouTube? This reflected broader tensions. Old school versus new school. Traditional enthusiasm versus social media hustle. When newcomers use money and hype for instant credibility, while veterans rely on earned reputation, friction follows. The content itself became meta. Channels about cars spending weeks focused on each other instead. Was this just manufactured drama, or a real divide in philosophy? Truth is, both. DDE rode the controversy for views and subs, but Shmee's reaction proved this cut deeper than a sticker. For him, it was about respect, about honesty, about not letting someone else hijack his story. Did it change the car scene? Absolutely. It forced fans to choose cinematic chaos or clean storytelling, and the split never healed. No handshake, no reunion, just two creators on separate roads. So who came out on top? Depends on what you value. One built momentum on drama, the other doubled down on longevity. The Gumball 3000 showed us exactly who was chasing clicks and who was chasing legacy. Drop a comment, which road would you take? Smash like if you think the car scene still needs rivalries, and subscribe for more untold stories from the world's fastest stage. Tuna no crust, until next time.